largest single cost item that most hospitality businesses will incur. Surprised? Think of it this way. Hospitality operations can only be done through human interaction, and with that comes wages and benefit costs. But labor cost management is not about literally reducing labor cost wherever possible. It's an acquired skill of managing your team to work as efficiently as possible. In this lesson, you will learn how to calculate labor cost percent and productivity, and how to interpret labor data to understand, influence, and manage your hotel labor budget. The journey to a successful labor management at hotel starts with your knowledge and understanding of two key influences. Firstly, understanding labor cost percentage and labor productivity, and how they impact your budget. This will help you achieve the second key factor, effective scheduling. To learn more about scheduling stuff, watch the Tipsy course, Rostering Management. But this is a finance course, so let's focus on the financial impact for now. So, what are labor cost percentage and productivity? Well, together, they're the measure of financial performance that compares your input, numbers of hours worked, and labor costs with your output, the amount of goods and services produced. By comparing these numbers, you can tell whether your team could be managed more efficiently. Understanding labor cost spent in percentage is the first step of dissecting your departmental performance. It's easy to calculate. Simply take your labor cost and divide it by your department revenue. Multiply the result by 100 and you have your percentage. Let's bring back our P&L example, this time focusing on the labor cost section of the F&B department. The P&L shows that your hourly labor cost is $274,400, which is 40% of $686,000, the total food and beverage revenue for the month. Another way to explain this would be you are spending $40 on wages for every $100 revenue earned. Now, let's assume our labor budget is $257,260. So we have overspent on labor by over $17,000. And even more critically, our budgeted labor cost percentage was only 38%. So we are overspending by 2%, and we are under our expected profit margin. It's a crucial thing to consider when you're looking at labor cost management. The second element of effective labor management is understanding labor force productivity. This is calculated in minutes and measured against your business volume. For example, number of guests served in a given period. Let's look at the labor productivity over a month. Start by dividing the number of hours worked over the month by the number of guests served. This will give you how many guests were served in an hour. Multiply that number by 60, and you will get the average time it took to serve each customer. So, if you want to find out the average productivity during dinner shifts, you just need to use that formula and compare it to your budget. Let's say you work out that dinner productivity per guest is 75 minutes, but you only budgeted for 62 minutes. That means that for every guest you serve, you're over by 13 minutes. This equates to 406 hours of additional hourly wages expenditure versus budget. We were 2% over budget. Now, thanks to the labor productivity calculation, we can start to see why. That additional $2 wages per $100 of revenue could easily relate to you spending 30 minutes extra serving each guest compared to your target budget. You can use this formula for all types of different departments, but keep in mind that different tasks have different productivity requirements. Some roles, like front desk, will depend on other factors, like the number of check-in and check-out for the month. Same for porter roles. This will depend on how many guests arrive at once. More guests mean more bags to handle or queries to answer. You need to assess the productivity of each role in context. Explaining your increased or decreased labor cost is part of managing department finance. When you understand and can explain them, then you can act on them. Now your turn. Go through the labor cost section of your P&L statement and use the formulas from this lesson to work out if you are over, under, or on budget. Brainstorm ways to make your labor management more efficient. You can download the template attached to the lesson for guidance. Here are 3 notes to remember. Establishing the labor cost spent in percentage is the first step of dissecting your departmental performance. Labor cost percentage and productivity are the measure of financial performance of goods and service. And regularly analyze and critique your labor data so you can apply strategies to manage labor costs.